Hello guys, welcome once again to our channel. If you don't subscribe, click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe, like, and comment on our videos. The more you like, the more you recommend our videos. So today we're gonna be talking about um Ready to Love episode 8 of season 8. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but unfortunately we were not able to make it. So for today we're gonna be talking about it. What I'd just like to ask, what did you think about the episode in general?
Oh my God, the episode with the best friends giving their advice. I think some of the advice was right on point, and
Mm.
some of it was kind of funny, and but for the majority of it, I felt like it was right on point, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just go into the drama firstly. We
Okay.
had Katarina calling I think she took out um Phil and who? Was it Phil and Herbert? Yes.
Yes.
Phil and Herbert. And I like her friend. Like her friend, you would know that they've been in this friendship for a very, very, very long time. Like the friendship is an old friendship. But what like caught me off a little bit was when Phil came in and they were like, "Oh, my name is Kat, my name is Al, and we're known as Ali Kat," trying to make a joke. And he was like, as far as I don't see this again, that pissed me off because that's their friendship. You got to respect it.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
him saying that was like, that was an off point for me. And I
Yeah,
felt like
go ahead.
that was not a great example that I wanted him to show.
Well, I thought it was cute. Alley cat. I thought that was so cute, you know. But
Yeah.
I think that they introduced themselves like that probably quite a bit, when they they're cute. They're cute girls, you know,
Yes.
and they're smart, they're intellectual, you know, and they're very articulate with their words, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that about them, but he wasn't feeling it, you know. I think that he is more into Cat's looks than the intelligence that Cat possesses, if that makes any
Mm.
sense.
Yeah.
Because he's not really trying to go deep to know her. He just likes seeing her. you know.
She
I
said
mean,
just like saying.
you could tell by the three missed texts because they gave him the receipt. You missed these texts. You never did
Oh,
answer.
I love the fact that I gave him the receipt because he was trying to push it on her
Yeah,
and the receipt was shown.
yeah. And like Kat says, after a while, I get uninterested. I don't blame her. I would be uninterested too. Because a woman doesn't like to chase the man. The man is supposed to chase the woman.
Mm. Yeah. I felt like in that date alone, it put me a little bit on edge about Phil.
Mm-hmm.
His appearance is nice, but I don't think after that I don't think it has anything of substance to offer.
Nah, you could tell that they're not a match. He's
Hmm.
more into Aries. You
Yeah,
know,
no, right from time I've always known he's more into Aries.
yeah,
Right from like it was obvious that
yeah,
he has always been into Aries.
yeah. But it's also obvious that when he first met Kat, he looked at her like, "Oh, a tall drink of water." But then he didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to scratch the surface and find out who she really was. You know, he just likes to look at her. She's an
Yeah,
eye
well,
candy.
but I also felt like, well, how did you feel about Herbert's interactions. I felt like he was unnecessary. The way he was throwing back questions at her without allowing questions to be thrown back at him, it didn't make sense to me. Because when you had your own time, when you guys met, when you guys introduced the girls to your friends,
Right.
they allowed you to talk. They but you now you're meeting the friends and you're just throwing questions. Even when she was trying to like, what, let me ask you questions. He was like, it's like, guy, chill. They want to know more about you. You had your time to grill the girls to know more about them. Now let's know more about you. And I felt like he wasn't being honest. Like I literally didn't like Herbert in this episode.
Yeah, he seemed like he was evading a lot of the questions, and
Hmm.
they're vital questions, and then the answers that Allie was giving him, he wasn't trying to hear any of that, which is valid answers like how come she's been single for so long because she hasn't found the right match for herself. That's a valid answer, but it wasn't good enough for him, so I already kind of know about how he was acting inside of this process. He was there for the get down, whatever, if you ready to lay, he gonna lay with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
He didn't want no
yeah.
commitment, you know and
Yeah,
that's
he always spoke about patience, taking it slow. Like
he's
when I
slow as a
see a
damn
man
horse.
of his age talk about how much slow he wants to take things, I know they are not serious people. Because there's a certain kind of age you would be, and you'll be telling me, okay, I want to take things slow. I would understand
Right.
that, yes, you still have all the time in the world to enjoy yourself, have fun, go out there, be living your life. But it's a certain kind of age you start saying, I want to take things slow, I want to be patient, I need a patience girl. It's be ringing alarms in my head like, at this age, you're still asking for um this kind of patience. That means you're not serious. And I don't think with the way Herbert was, I don't think anytime soon he's planning on ever settling down. I don't even think he has plans of settling down, at least not for now.
Nah, he's too busy playing the field, and I'm pretty sure being on the show now, since he's eliminated, is gonna open up all kind of fields. I bet all kind of women are in his DMs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a player. You can only tell, you know, his words
Mm-hmm.
and his actions. His body language lets me know that he's a player because he's always up on the women. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
Whispering
he knows
sweet
how to flirt.
nothings. Yeah, just
He
whispering.
knows how to flirt. He knows how to tell you the right things that you are interested to hear
Yeah,
from him.
exactly. Except for marriage. Marriage and babies.
That
He'll
when he
try to
gets to
hear
the
that.
marriage talk, he just gets so cold. Like,
Yeah, he
what the
stops in his
hell?
tracks. Yeah. Because he's not trying to be tied down to anybody because he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
ready. He wasn't ready for love. He's
He
not ready.
wasn't.
Uh-uh.
He
No,
wasn't ready for love.
nah. He's ready for love.
Oh my god. And now let's come to Aries. Aries met up with her friends and she brought Phil and Chris.
Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, I felt like the friends made her friend were right in their judgment of the situation. Because even when I did hear Phil's explanation, I was like, I don't feel he's a very serious person. I don't think he knows what he wants in life. Like saying he went from a 9 to 5, then he went back to being an entrepreneur, then left it and went back to 9 to 5, and he went back to being an entrepreneur, and he's still thinking what, like he's trying to reinvent himself. I'm like,
Right.
okay, all this while you haven't found how to reinvent yourself. And that is like, no, that was the moment I knew that he is not right for Aries at all. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Chris, I don't like Chris that much. I
Mhm.
would I said it in that episode that Chris was a more viable option for Aries
Mhm.
than um than Phil, because Chris he's ambitious, you know. He knows where he's going to, he knows what he wants. He tells you how it is. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm business savvy and all those things. And that's what Aries wanted, because that has everything she's been saying is what Chris wants. But I feel she's too blinded by the emotional, like she's attracted
Yeah.
emotionally to Phil. And I feel like because of that, she's gonna make the wrongest decision and go for
Yeah, I look at it like
Phil.
this. If she gets with Phil, Phil is going to be a liability because he's in between
Mm-hmm.
careers and he's in between jobs. It's like, who's going to support you, grown man, when you're in between all this stuff? I know you want a strong woman, but like Aries is trying to raise her own kids. You know what I'm
Kids,
saying?
yeah.
So you're going to add to it by
Doesn't need
coming into
more.
her life. Well, I'm just saying, you're going to add by coming into her life. You're not fully together. You got a kid that you're trying to raise. Like, how is all that going to work? That's going to create stress. And the love interest is going to go away because it's going to look like you're a liability to me. You know, we're together and you fall short. I'm supposed to pick you up because we're together. So that's putting a strain on the finances that I normally had flowing. You know, so I don't see how
Hmm.
that's going to work.
Yeah.
You know, and as far as Chris goes, uh you know, Chris, little Chris, I just look at it like this. He doesn't want a dominant woman. He wants a woman who's more subtle, quiet. Let him do all the roaring, and all they do is go around and make sure he's comfortable, make sure he's eating, you know, go run his errands, be his support system, you know. But I haven't heard where he supports a woman in whatever endeavors that she's doing,
Hmm.
you know. So
Yeah.
he looks like another liability to me. I mean, I don't want somebody who's I'm the 24 hours I'm waiting on them hand and foot. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
I
that's
feel
what her friends told her, that the point you are in life and with what we're saying, you don't need this right now in your life.
yeah,
What you need is someone like Chris. He's stable, he's comfortable, he knows what he wants, he has what he says he has. And that's what you need. That's assurance. That's security. That's what you need. Well, you know, one thing about women, when they will say you can never tell somebody that's in love the truth,
true.
they don't always want to listen to the truth, because then there's already this cloud
Hmm.
over them not to believe that something is wrong.
Yeah,
So I feel like that is why she's making the wrong decision of going to Phil.
yeah. I agree, but like I said, then again, with Chris is demanding, you know, and I don't see how that's gonna work.
Mm,
You know, she has a kid that she has to do things for, take to, you know, for their extracurricular activities. And you know, how is she gonna fit in running his errands and making sure he's fed and, you know, pampering him, you know, when she has her life, her kid's life, and the life that
mm-hmm.
her and her kid built before Chris even got in the picture. I don't understand how that's gonna happen. I mean, like that's dividing your attention many different ways, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
just curious to see
that's why
how
you are
it's
not
gonna work
sold
out.
on Chris, right?
Pardon me?
I said that's why you're not sold on Chris.
Right, exactly.
But who is the lesser evil, considering where she is? Well,
um
At this point, it's who is the lesser evil?
Yeah. I, I don't know if it was me, which way I would go. I would probably just eliminate myself and go home, but I know she's not. you know, but, but
I
I
will
mean,
eliminate myself and go home.
yeah. But if I had to pick between the two of them, uh, I'm a probably pick the one who got the steady job,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna have to compromise on all this baby in you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to do a compromise because it's not gonna go how you exactly want it to go, because this is my life too. So we're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
discuss this, how far I'm willing to go. And if it's not good enough, then let's not do this.
Mm. I well, I really don't have anything to say because I already know that she picked Phil, so
Mm,
I
okay.
guess it's already settled on her. I just want to wait to the reunion to see whether they lasted
Right.
or no, whether she was able to hold it in. And the next person we're gonna talk about is Janelle. Ah, Janelle. She took her friend that has been married for 13 years,
Hmm.
and they met with Quinton and Herbert. I know Herbert already was the only thing that took her off from Herbert, truthfully, was because Herbert said he was not ready to be married.
Right.
The marriage talk, the I'm not ready to be married, I want to take things slow. I think that is the only thing that disqualified Herbert from her place. But even though still on it, I feel like Quentin is not even a better choice because I feel like he's not. I look at him, he's not truthful. He's not
Mhm.
truthful. Someone that is that much of a gym buff tells me I I don't want to be hating, but I've met a lot of gym buffs a lot, and they mostly date their fellow gym people like them.
Right.
It is like is 1 in 100. You see a gym buff dating somebody out of you know their the thing they do. So now him with especially the fact that I'm looking at his ex. I'm also looking like him chasing after Lee. Then I'm looking at all these things. It's like it does seriously, it doesn't make sense to me that he's with Janelle. I feel like because he just feels this. I don't know. I just get this thing that he's not honest to her, and I feel like she's overlooking his body, he's chiseled, he's dark, tall, handsome, and outline it, overshadow him, and he has a sweet mouth.
Yeah, her loins are burning because she's trying to procreate and she's looking for the best match, you know, and that would be Quentin, and I do agree that I don't think that Quentin is 100% truthful. Now, yeah, I think a man can be into fitness and get with a woman who is not into fitness because sooner or later he's going to get her shaped up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand he might want to get up, but does she want to be that? It's not about him wanting
Exactly.
that. Does
Exactly.
she want to be like that?
Exactly. She might feel like, hey, I'm not good enough. I feel like I feel great and I look great, you know? Which, I
Hmm.
mean, she does, you know,
She
but
does. She looks great.
yeah, but she still gives me those auntie vibes. I swear. It seems like she would be like around the age group I would hang out with. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hmm.
she's really rude. you
Yeah,
know,
very,
and
very rude.
yeah, and nasty. Like, for what reason? You have no stakes on these men. All of you guys are dating the same person, you know? So when another woman gets close, you don't have to scratch their eyeballs out. If you think that, I think it's a jealousy thing.
Or is it power play thing? She want to be the thick, big girl that can get all the men that she wants.
Yeah. But I think it's a jealousy thing with a lot of the women that she just kind of comes after. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm
Mm.
that bitch. I'll do what I want to do. Boo 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 boo. And I say how I feel. I mean, even Tommy had to tell her, hey, back down. We're gonna control ourselves like women. You remember that when they were in that
Yeah.
discussion, women's discussion? Yeah, Tommy had to get her straight. Like, hey, what are you doing? This isn't your show. Calm down. So she's just really boisterous, and mean, and
Very, very.
I have to contribute to. I see a little jealousy in her that just makes her snap, and honestly, Quinton, like, is that the type of woman you want to be with? You know?
Can he handle it? I feel like he's just there to like tap that ass and just uh-huh. I
Yeah,
did that. I came, I saw, I conquered.
exactly. Exactly. And then as far as Quentin with Lee, I just don't see it. It looks like Lee is even having thoughts about, what type of person is he? Because I can't scratch the surface of him. Yeah, he's pleasing to the eyes, but you know, what's pleasing to the eyes, you got to go deeper, because beauty is only skin deep. That's the truth.
Yeah,
You could be
when it
beautiful. Yeah, you could be beautiful on the outside, but just rotten in the inside. And you could be beautiful in the inside and not so pleasing on the outside.
I was even surprised when it came to Lee, her friend didn't do a good job for her. I felt like the friend sabotaged her instead of even helping her.
Yeah, it seemed like her
Because
friend wanted to date him.
yeah, and some of the things she was saying did not make sense. You're like, oh, we met in the club. How? Oh, she's a party buff. Oh, but she's that kind of person that, like a grandma that stays at home. Why? Why? Why did you have to say that if you have to say, oh, she doesn't like partying? But you've already said she likes partying at the first place. Like, I felt like in everything, the friend was not, this was not the best friend that Lee should have brought on the show because I don't know whether for any other situation, but for this particular situation with Quinton, she did not help. And we know Quinton always looks for one little tiny binty thing to be like, oh, I'm surprised by this. I need to talk more about this. But when it comes to Janelle, it doesn't talk about that. But whenever it's Lee, it's always like probing and questioning. And I felt like the friend did absolutely bad for her case.
Yeah, I feel like when he asked, about their partying escapades. I mean, because first I could have swore her friend said, "Yeah, we be partying and we be having a good time." But then when he started to try to dig more into it, she was like, "Oh, but she stays at home." So which one is it? Does she go out or does she
Exactly.
stay at home? I'm confused. It kind of like it didn't go over my head. It was just like it was unanswered questions. It's like somebody going in a circle with a question. You never did answer the question, you know. And I just felt like her friend was more vested and interested in Quinton herself. Like,
Yes,
oh,
his muscles,
yeah, I
his
want to hug him.
chest.
I want to hug him goodbye first. Like, what is that? You know?
Yeah, absolutely did not make sense to me. in any shape or form, in any way. I felt bad. And in the episode, it was only Quentin that they showed us. And I feel like production is doing a very bad job at telling us. I was surprised to realize it because they used to put on they post on TV's YouTube
Mm.
exclusive videos. I
Hmm.
realized that she has a whole connection with Chris,
It's all
a
right.
serious one. Yeah,
Oh wow.
she
Okay.
has a whole connection with Chris and a very serious one.
Oh okay.
Like she also met Chris and Chris met her friend, but production cut it off and not put it in the episode, making it look as if her whole connection was um what's his name, Quinton. The connection she has
Mm.
with Chris is more solid than Quinton's.
Mm.
I'm telling you. If you
Okay.
go ahead and watch it, go to on TV. They posted the exclusive like 5 hours ago, six
Okay.
hours ago. You will realize that her connection is much, much, much. Her
Mm.
connection with Chris is much, much, better. Like you could see that they like themselves. Her and Chris.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. Was it last week when we discussed the show? I said it seems like they would have made a better couple than her and who was she calling herself like in jeez. I know it wasn't oh, she was calling herself like in Marvin before he got
Yes, Marvin.
eliminated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying it seems like she would have been her and Chris would have been more, had maybe a little bit more in common, like they made the better couple to me. But
Mm.
we never seen her like really involve herself with Chris. I never seen it. Did you see it?
They are always involved. When you just go on YouTube, check.
Yeah, I will.
Like they only put them on YouTube. They have been involved. They've
Mm.
been going out on dates. They've been meeting up. They've been checking up on each other. But they always just wanted to show us. Production decided that the only thing they wanted to show us was that she was close to Quentin.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure
Which
I'm making notes because I am. As soon as we finish with this, I'm gonna go on TV and check it out.
it did not make sense at all.
Mm.
But I'm happy that she has a whole different connection away from Quentin because Quentin is a no for me.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that relationship developing into anything. You know, I think that maybe Quentin is there, to build his followers on Instagram. I don't know, you know, because I don't see him with Janelle, and I don't see him with Lee. Definitely not. He just seems like he's there to be the big buff cute guy, who plays his part and says everything right, for show, for the
I
TV.
don't think he's cute. I don't find him cute. Anyway,
Well, I mean, he's a attractive guy.
just
I
because of his muscles and everything.
well, no, 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 not just because of muscles. You know, I think he's an attractive guy. The whole cast. They're a cast of attractive people. Everybody has something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that it's a very attractive cast. I don't see not one ugly person on there,
Mm.
you know. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
beauty is only skin deep. You got to peel back the layers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but am I saying he's the most gorgeous guy I ever seen in my life? No, that would be my husband. you know, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the Mister over here. You know,
Mm.
but no, he's an attractive guy. He's gonna be a decent catch for somebody, but I don't think she's on that show. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is another listen I want to talk about, and that's Jessica and Chris. And that situation was like awkward. I felt like Chris himself shouldn't have even accepted to go on the date because that was the most awkward date ever when he was asked, what is the qualities you see? Like, what do you like in her? He was literally searching, looking for what he could say. This is the quality that makes me attracted to her. Like, it was, I felt bad. Like, I understand, yeah, you might not like her because she's loud. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you not to like someone that is loud, opinionated, and everything. It's your choice. Everybody with their choices and everything, everybody with whatever they think they want in a relationship. You get, I understand where he's coming from. But I
Hmm.
also understand that as much as yes, well, everybody's saying, okay, this is what I like, this is what I want, this is what I want in my own life. I feel like you should also respect the next person close to you. You know that this lady is loud, it's not the kind of person you want to be with. You know, this lady is this. Why did you push on? Why did you continue the chase? You should have stopped. Even when you were invited, you could have declined instead of going there and start looking and finding your words on what makes you attracted to her or attractive to her or whatever. Like, it didn't make sense to me. That was the only part I faulted him because that was literally embarrassing for her sake.
Yeah, that was awful. Because he had nothing to add. He was fumbling over his words. He
Mm-hmm.
couldn't find anything positive to say about her. You know, and I just felt like he just was not interested. You know, his interest is with Aries. You know, that's what it seems
Mm.
to me. Like his interest is with Aries, but now you're telling me it's there with Lee. And it could very well be Lee, you know, but he had nothing positive to say about Jessica, and I felt bad for her. It was like he was there just to tape the scene,
Phew.
you know?
Exactly. And I felt like instead of making her, because even her herself, she felt bad for herself, instead of putting her in that situation, you could have as well as be there. Don't go. So then, I'm sure that by then she will understand that this guy doesn't like me like that. Get into your thick skull. Then she had to get to know it in the most horrible way and be like, wow.
Yeah, he took that interview as, hey, what do you want out of a person? I want somebody who's soft and shows their feminine side. And they didn't ask you that. They asked you what qualities, like in a wife, do you see that she possess? He wanted to say everything that he wanted out of her that he doesn't see. So right there, to me, you kind of answered the question, you know, that you're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
She's the
Exactly. It should
wrong
have even
person.
said it shouldn't have even tried to find what is making him interested in Jessica. He could have just said, okay, fine. You know what? I just realized that I don't like her that much. There's some characters in her that I don't like. Well, start looking for words to describe her is like I say, I understand that you don't like her. I'm not faulting him for not liking her. Yes, you will not like everybody you come close to or you try to date. Yeah. But in the process, still respect them because I'm pretty sure that if it was another lady that did that to him, he wouldn't like it.
Right. You know, and what I noticed too is every time he's on a date with Jessica, it doesn't, excuse me, it doesn't seem like there's any chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I
know,
was even wondering why Jessica brought him to that place because, mm,
yeah, I didn't
for
see
me, I saw
any,
the handwriting on the wall, but I don't know. She didn't see the handwriting.
yeah, I didn't see any type of chemistry between the two of them. It was more like I'm meeting my friend, and how if you had a guy friend, you would meet your friend, you'd be like, "Hey, friend, how you doing?" Here, you give a little side hug, you do a little chit chatting, and okay, well, I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna talk to you later. All right, give me that little side hug again, and you go. I didn't see any romance or him looking deep into her eyes or
Mm-hmm.
even telling her you look nice. You know, I planned something romantic for us. Because then he planned something romantic for Aries, but not for Jessica.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess maybe she didn't see the handwriting on the wall too, because even herself, the handwriting was there.
Yeah.
He has used so many kinds of language to let her know that he doesn't
Mhm.
like her.
Right.
Mm. But she didn't just get it. So I guess now she will understand it.
Mhm.
Now she will understand it in the baddest of ways.
Exactly.
In the baddest of ways. Now when it came to Sierra's part, as in, I feel like Sierra has just been joking around in this Ready to Love.
Yeah,
Just
she's funny.
I like her. She's funny. She's really, really funny. But I feel like her man was not on the show. Yeah, whoever is gonna end up with her is not on the show.
Right.
He's not on the show because literally, eh, Maurier is here because he just tries to use her as a second second choice after the ones he wanted literally are not going for him. Okay, except Jessica. Jessica is still the only person still going for him. But apart from that, he just picked Sierra because Sierra was a second option. I don't think he told his friend that he sees her as a home girl.
Exactly.
So I don't know how an home girl will be here. Someone you see as an home girl, you meet up a friend and be talking about her qualities as a woman. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. He just seems like, I don't know. It's the saying that I say, stabbing in the dark. Imagine closing your eyes and you just stabbing with an object. You just stabbing in the dark. He's just trying to find somebody who can be on his side when it comes to elimination. You know, because
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think he's ever really had a real connection. He did a little bit with Taquilla way back when, but that was short lived, you know. And I've never seen him and Jessica out on a date. Have you? I mean,
Even
I'm not.
if they've been on dates, probably it's the same thing that they are doing to um Chris and what's her name? Chris and Lee. They don't show it, put it on the show, but it happened.
Oh, okay. So it's on the cutting room floor because yeah, on the show I just didn't see it. So
Yes, on the
when
show we don't see. Yeah, on the show we
yeah,
don't see.
yeah. So when it came to him being there with Jessica, and then him being there with Sierra, I was like, huh? Wait a minute. I thought she was like a homegirl. She's giving homegirl vibes, you know?
Mm.
And then I did see how Herbert was all over Sierra, because Sierra, she's outgoing, and they asked her the question of, hey, are you bed first and relationship second or something close to that? It may not have been those exact words, but she kind of was like, well, yeah, I was, but I'm trying to take this a little bit more seriously. I think this was like one of the first dates that they had, like group dates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think whose house were they over. I remember it was
I think
her,
it was
Herbert.
Aries. I think it was Aries' house.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. So it was during that time that they asked her that question. She was like, yeah, I was into that kind of thing, but right now I'm trying to find somebody who's ready to love. But Herbert, he is just he's willing to jump in the sack anytime a woman says.
But what I like about him is that he doesn't sugarcoat. He doesn't try to lie his way. At least he's being honest.
True.
He's not trying to sweet talk so that you keep him on the show. At least it's better than most people that are there sweet talking and talking how he's great. People like Maurier,
Mm-hmm.
sugarcoating, making themselves look sweet in front of the girls so that they will not go home. I would
Right.
prefer Herbert to most of the guys on the show.
Well, yeah, I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Meaning, if you're telling me the truth, then how could I get mad at you because you're showing me the true you? You know? So either
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to deal with it or I'm not. That's on me. But thank you for letting me see before we waste each other's time. So yeah, he's straight to the point, no chaser, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and either hey, you like it or you don't. But this is what's gonna be, you know. So yeah, I can say that I appreciate that out of him, because most guys aren't that transparent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most guys are really transparent. At least he wasn't trying. That's why I kind of like, okay, fine. He was just being honest. Whenever I brought up the topic, he never for once all the ladies he had dates with in this episode, he whenever the topic comes up, he said the same thing he said to the three of them. He
True.
didn't try to be like, oh, okay, I can try to accommodate you, can try to change. I'm just trying to. No, he didn't. He just went straight to, I'm not ready. I don't know when I'll be ready, but we can still get to be knowing each other and see how it goes. It's plain and
Yeah,
simple.
yeah. I mean,
And I know, and I can say that that is the reason. That's the reasoning for some of those guys there too. But they are
yeah,
all here saying, "Oh, I'm ready to marry as quick as possible." Wow.
yeah. I mean, I can understand with taking your time, because
Mm,
hey, I was engaged for 3 years. Well, first boyfriend and girlfriend for 4 years, then engaged for 3 years before I even got married. So that's 7 years, you know, and living with someone. No, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You have your place, I have my place. See, but that's me, because I feel like I got to get to know who you are, in your bad times, your good times, your not okay times, your unstable times.
mm,
I need to know who you are,
mhm,
and that takes a while. I may not like how your breath smells in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
I may not like the way you do things around my house, All of this is trial period, you know?
Yeah.
So I believe in a long trial period before I let you have all my energy.
Hmm.
So I agree with that part, but he wants all the energy before he gets the energy. That part I don't agree with.
Hmm. Well, at least we could understand why he was asked to go home. But there was something that pissed me off with Chris when he realized that he was in the bottom too.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, I hope the women can understand and have peace when they are rejected or they are not liked. And I'm like, you have done the same thing to other ladies. Like, he sounded a little bit upset that he could be at the bottom. And I'm like, you have sent other ladies home just because you don't talk to them, or you're just friends with them, or you don't like them. So why now that you are the bottom because some ladies don't talk to you, or some ladies don't like you, or some ladies you're just friends, and they decide that okay, fine, we're friends with you only, nothing else. Let's put you at the bottom. You're not getting pissed off. It sounded like off to me that why would you get pissed off when you've done the same thing to other ladies?
Right. What I didn't like about his statement was something he said about, well, instead of being bitter, like who's bitter, bruh? You, you, you're
Exactly.
you're
That's
not in the top. You double talk. You want somebody to pamper your little young ass, you know, and it ain't happening. Everybody don't like you, Chris. Not like that. You seem more like a little brother instead of somebody that can really take you 100% serious. I look at him like he would be like my little brother because I couldn't date him if I was in their age group. No, I couldn't date him. He would seem like a little brother that needs a lot of attention, and like, I'm not your mother. You know, I don't
Mhm.
want a man. I got a mother.
But that's what he needs. He
Yeah,
needs a soft woman.
well, I guess I'm not soft because I would send myself home. If that's all I had to choose from, I just go home. You know, but if I was on the show, I would have told him, the women would have said, "You are not ready to love," just so I could get a reaction out of him, and then go, "I'm just playing." Tommy
Oh,
probably Tommy probably wouldn't have liked that, but I would. That'd have been my little curveball. You know what I'm saying? And that
hmm
would have been for you saying that the women are bitter and they should basically see more that you have to offer. You haven't been offering shit, Chris. You know what I'm saying? Besides your wants, what about what a woman wants? What about a compromise? I see no compromise in him when it comes to women.
hmm exactly. Well, I just, I'm happy that Herbert is gone because literally there was nothing he was doing on the show. But they literally did the trailer for next week's episode.
Yes, I did.
Oh
Yes,
my
I did.
God. I now understand because I previously knew like Kat and Janelle were fighting on Instagram, like it was a whole blown thing. So I was wondering, I was saying, why are these people still fighting on Instagram? Because now I won't understand the genesis of the quarrel. I won't understand the genesis of the fight. Now I will get to understand the genesis of the fight between Catherine and Janelle. And it's because of Quinton. I also want to see Quinton's reaction to it. Yeah, I want to see Quinton's reactions to it tomorrow, on next week's episode. Yeah.
Yeah, you said that's already streaming.
You said?
It's already streaming between Catherine and Janelle, their online arguments.
Yes, like earlier on in the earlier on, like I think when it was episode 3 or 4, the week Catherine came in,
Uh-huh.
I think the next week they started fighting on Instagram, giving themselves jabs, those kind of things. So I was like, they are fighting all these things, and I don't know the genesis of the quarrel. So now we're gonna know the genesis of the quarrel why they were fighting online.
Mm. Yeah, that's Janelle. Janelle just seems like she is just really jealous. She's jealous. I mean, Catherine, she's beautiful, you
Why
know.
would she be jealous? She has Quinton.
Yeah, but she sees that Catherine is interested. She doesn't let her get close to him without her snapping.
But Quinton has never made any move like, okay, I do like Catherine.
No, I think he knows Janelle probably beat him up.
Oh my god.
She'll get him for that one because she don't seem like she's the type of woman that's gonna let you make a fool of her.
Oh my god. Why? Why would you not beat Quentin up? Oh, no, that was bad.
Yeah, but she doesn't seem like she's the type of woman that's gonna let a man on a TV show make a fool out of her,
Mm,
string her along, and then go for the other girl at the end. Nah, she's gonna blow her
mm,
top. Oh
mm.
god.
Well, I literally can't wait for next week because I want to see exactly what happened. Then I'll be like, okay, fine. This person is wrong. This person is right. This person is right. So it's wrong.
Right.
Well, guys, thank you guys for joining us today, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah,
Yes, for
for
sure.
Real Housewives, right? No, yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the instruction button down below to subscribe, like, and comment. And we'll see you guys same time tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.